So has Toronto's mayor's race really come? Who's going to become second place? Who will that person be? Can Olivia Chow be stopped? Hello, I'm Adrienne Batra. With me are Fraser Macdonald and Brian Lilley. So Brian, I say that a bit cheekily about it's the race for second, because if you believe in any of the polls as they are right now, Chow will be unstoppable. But is there a possibility with a strong get out the vote, a strong machine behind you, a strong draw of people saying, okay, we really can't have Olivia Chow as mayor? Can she be stopped? And who is that candidate?
Well, you've got some big guns coming out now trying to give their endorsement. Of course, Premier Doug Ford put a lawn sign for Mark Saunders out and then said, yes, I'm voting for Mark Saunders. Now he's being critical of Olivia Chow, trying to boost Saunders. So maybe that will help. We saw John Tory come out to endorse Anna Bailão on the same day that the Toronto Star did. She's obviously the establishment's pick of, I mean, when you look at all the MPs and other councillors, the former mayor and so on, she's got to be the establishment pick of someone that can stop Chow. So there's hope. It may be misplaced hope. When I was describing on Warren Kinsella's podcast what would need to happen for somebody to beat, he said, that sounds like a Hail Mary pass. And I said, yeah, Doug Flutie's pouring his Wheaties. He's going to back up as far as he can and launch the ball to the end zone. That's kind of where we're at. I think we've got to hope that somebody's there, but look, here's the problem. There were a lot of good candidates. Anna Bailão is a good candidate. Brad Bradford's a good candidate. Mitzi Hunter, good candidate. Mark Saunders. Anthony Furey has run an incredibly well-run, surprising campaign. He's been a good candidate. We've got a lot of good options, especially for people who are centrist, center-right sort of thing. And then the NDP, they've got one, and they're all marching behind her.
Fraser, if Anthony Furey isn't successful on Monday, I've suggested that he should go and run for city council. Gary Crawford has decided that he's going to, the budget chief has decided that he's going to run provincially. So Furey could go run on council, win that seat, and really be the official opposition if Chow does become mayor in the next few days. But that said, in your mind, is there anybody that has really sort of in the last week, with more advertising, more money being spent there, lawn signs, is there anybody that's got that momentum that could potentially, as I said, with strong ground game, go over the top?
It's really hard to tell. I mean, the polls are all over the map. We get most of the information that we see from either the media or from what's out there on social media. So it's really hard to tell who's got the juice in this. I think Bradford's run a fantastic campaign, but it doesn't seem to be showing up in the polls. So, that's where my vote might be inclined to be if I thought he had a chance to win. But I'd happily vote for an Anna Bailão or a Mark Saunders if I think they're the one right on Olivia Chow's heels. The problem is everyone's divided and I don't know who's in second place.
And Brian, this whole notion of, we saw one candidate, Rob Davis, former city councillor, he folded his campaign and endorsed Anthony Furey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a huge amount of support, but it's some support to be sure. And it's certainly wind in the sails for Furey. But logistically, voters aren't monolithic. It's not like a leadership campaign where one leader contender says, okay, all my supporters go over to candidate X now because I don't have a shot at this. It's not a ranked ballot sort of situation. Yeah. So who has that chance to sort of stand up, and if anybody will at this point, say, okay, supporters, I'm not going to win this. So I think you should throw your support behind this person. Like, is that even possible?
Well, the ballots were printed long ago. The time to get out was May 12th. And after that, candidates were all certified and the ballots were printed. We've had over 130,000 advanced votes happen already. And, with a couple days to go, you say, oh, don't vote for me, vote for this other person. As you say, voters aren't monolithic. They're, all of Rob Davis's support. And Rob's a very interesting candidate as well. I wished he'd done better, but he doesn't have a lot of support. So even not that little amount of support won't all transfer to Anthony. you look at the Ipsos poll, or I've seen some internal polling from some of the campaigns, and sometimes they're surprised at where their voters' second choice is. It doesn't always make sense to them. So it's not like if Saunders backed out and said support Fury, or vice versa, or somebody backed out and said vote Bilo, that everyone would go there. They would scatter to the wind, and a lot of them, it turns out, would go to Olivia Chow. So it's very
or stay home.
Or stay home. And I think, with someone like Anthony Fury, if he backed out, a lot of his voters would stay home and just not vote. The others, it would splinter off. So I think there's a lot of voters like Fraser right now. I'm among them. I've been getting calls from friends, including plugged in political people, saying, I don't know who to vote for. Who will stop Chow? Tell me that and I will back them. That's why you're seeing Saunders and Bilo in particular really push that message right now and say, I'm the only one. Well, Fury as well is saying a vote for anybody else is a vote for Olivia Chow.
Fraser, next time around, look, the left has already shown that they are disciplined. They are message disciplined. They are campaign disciplined. There is a very strong support for one candidate. Josh Matlow, I wouldn't even put in that league right now. He's been an abysmal and dismal support. But on the center right, here we go again. We've got all of these candidates we've all talked about that are all good and competent and capable in their own right. But we're likely going to fracture that, splinter that, and we're going to have the tax and spend Olivia Chow to deal with for the next 3 years. Is there a possibility to turn that around? And can there be any sort of agreement on, okay, Chow is mayor for the next 3 years, Toronto's going to be in trouble, we need to get someone in there to fix it?
Look, I think we're going to have 3.5 long years to start getting our act together. And I hope those kind of conversations start on June 27th, because we're going to find out very quickly what a different approach to running City Hall looks like. And I don't think we're going to like it too much. All of that being said, the last thing we want to do is start talking about changing the system. I know there's going to be calls. There's always calls on the left whenever they lose that if only we had a ranked ballot, or if we only had a different system, it would be more fair to us. I'm not interested in that. I think good leadership and compelling candidates should make the case for themselves and can win, as we've seen in the past, on the current system. So just want to put my flag in the ground now and say I'm not interested in changing the voting system at all.
Well, the clock is running out and time is ticking away. Torontonians will go to the polls on Monday, June 26th. So mind your vote. Log on to Facebook and Twitter. Let us know what you think, and go to theTorontoSun.com. Hit that subscribe button. You're going to find more information and story and coverage you will not find anywhere else.